If it needs creating, it is not God. Atheists have a weird conception of God, which is probably why they don't believe in him. And this is seen no more um, dramatically than in their idea that if the universe was created by God, then God would logically need a creator. This is absurd because God is the creator. That's his definition. That's what he's described as. So if he needs creating, he's not God. And we can generalize this by saying if it needs creating, it's therefore not God. So let's look at this a little more closely. We know that time, matter, energy, space is created. It came into existence. We know that God didn't come into existence. God is pre-existing because time and space, matter, energy are all created. Therefore, God couldn't be part of this. It doesn't. It's illogical. It's self-contradictory. God has to be outside of time to create time. But creation is a time predicated event. So in the creation of the universe, God created time, and this is what physics has established. The creation event contains time. That's what it is. You know, the creation is the creation of time, and all the other things that are predicated on time as events, as phenomena, were established within the framework of the time event. But you can't say God was created, or you can't ask, well, who created God, because we've already established that God created time. So you can't put God within time. If he created it, time has to be of necessity outside him. And if time is outside of God, and God is pre-existing before time, there can't be a creation event that would give rise to God, because that involves time. So atheists are not thinking in a logical, consistent, coherent way when they ask, well, who created God? This brings us to another conclusion. If God created time, then everything in time was created by him, which means that he's not going through time. He's not time dependent. He's not located in time. He's not looking from the past into the future. He's not portending events in the way a soothsayer would. He's actually there, in the same way that if you create a Lego toy, you're in the existence of that your Lego toy. You're outside of its time frame. You're there at the beginning and there at the end. And God is the same way. He's in an eternal now. Time isn't a progression of events from something that happened to something that is to something that will take place in the future. It's all now to God. God is in the eternal now. So when we say, oh, how can God create a miracle and exist outside of the laws of nature. There isn't any laws of nature to God. There's only Him and what He chooses to do. And the time itself, even if you say, well, this thing takes millions of years to happen, that's immaterial. It's a irrelevant argument, because there's no difference between now and a million or trillion or umpteen quadrillion years. It's the same time frame. It's all now according to God.